Hey everyone, welcome to Taste Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about this time? Redfall. You remember that game? Anybody? Got vampires in it, I think. Anyway, Redfall's anniversary comes and goes as those who bought the $100 edition still awaiting promised DLC. Redfall's one year anniversary came and went on May 2nd of 2024 with no word from publisher Bethesda, despite the widely panned game receiving no updates in 6 months, and owners of the $100 edition still awaiting additional content. As reported by Kotaku, fans who bought the $100 bite back edition of Redfall, despite the base game being it was on Game Pass, so if you had Game Pass, you could just play the game anyway. But if you wanted all the extra stuff, then you had to buy the bite back edition. They were hoping for an announcement regarding the missing downloadable content as an anniversary celebration. So the 5 people still playing the game were really hoping that they would have gotten their DLC. No mention came from Arcane, Bethesda, or Xbox. However, leaving November 2023's patch notes as a last communication on this missing content, they say we're continuing development on the Hero Pass, and we're excited to share more about Redfall's new heroes and other updates later this year. That's what Arcane said. So the one person at Arcane is working very hard at getting this out. The Bike Back Edition, which is still available for purchase at full price, comes with a weapon skin, attachment, alternative outfits for the 4 main characters, alongside the Hero Pass, which promises 2 additional playable characters after launch in the year, whatever. Insert year here, because apparently it's sometime after launch, right? Happy Redfall's first anniversary was written on Reddit. It was a half a shit post because it doesn't seem Bethesda or Arcane or Microsoft has any mention of the milestone anywhere. So basically, some Reddit people were just saying, like, it's the first anniversary for the game, and Microsoft, Arcane, Bethesda didn't say crap about it. They say that they was really hoping that they would release something by now. Said Thomas or Tom Manser Tom. I don't know this Reddit names. A tweet or blog post or anything said Sawtooth Grin. That's crazy. The Bite Back Edition still hasn't been honored after a year. These are what all people are saying on Twitters and the Reddits and all the crazy social sites. Redfall has had a handful of post-launch updates that didn't come particularly fast either. But this 6-month wait sets a new record. So it's been 6 months since the last patch, apparently. It took over a month for Arcane to release the patch, its first big Redfall patch, despite the launch being criticized by having bland missions, unengaging combat, poor enemy AI, go on, etc., etc. You can look at our review of that game if you really want to know how that game was. It took 5 months for the Xbox Series X version to get 60 frames per second support, and Arcane upset fans again the following month when its third patch was headlined by a new sniper rifle instead of the highly requested features like offline mode. And that was the last fans had heard from Arcane regarding this game. So, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised this game is still getting updates. What updates it is. I figured they would just kill this game off and sweep it under the rug, but apparently there's still people out there that are really looking forward to this game having like a Cyberpunk Resurrection or a Final Fantasy 14 Reborn type of thing where it just, comes out of the flames like a phoenix and it's reborn into this awesome game. The thing is Redfall, even though our review was pretty negative of the game, I could see the potential in it. Like I could see the kind of framework and what they were going with. And it was like, yeah, that would have been cool, but it wasn't, right? Like you had an idea and the idea was neat, but the way that the idea came off just didn't work out, right? And so that game should have been just scrapped and not put out at all, I think personally. But yeah, I mean, it sucks for the people that have the Bite Back Edition. At this point in time, I wonder if they could even get a refund. I would assume they could because they haven't been given the promised DLC. But again, I don't know I would assume Microsoft would honor the refund because of that fact, right? If somebody wanted to refund it all the way out a year later. But yeah, there's still people holding on hope for this game and for the DLC. I mean, it sounds like they're still working on things according to their last communication, but they probably have a skeleton crew that's actually making patches. That's why it's taking so long for patches to come out. They probably only have like a couple people like doing updates for this game. That's why it takes so long, right? Instead of like a whole team. Or if they have a team, it's a very small team, I would assume. Whereas most of Arcane is probably making something else. Shane, what do you think about this, bud?
Yeah, I'm not going back. That game is a turd on launch, a turd now, most likely. But it does chap my butt that, they paid $100 and they're not getting what they're supposed to get. Now, here's the thing. Terms of service. What did it say? Did it say, well, if the game sucks, we're not going to drop any more money in on it, but thanks for your hundo. We appreciate it. I mean, there's no telling what's in that terms of service. And I'll be honest, I'm too lazy to go look. So somebody let me know if there's anything about Microsoft failing the customer on this one. I always give crap about Sony, screwing over their customer base, but this time here it really feels like Microsoft just, like you said, Nick, just swept it under the rug, walked away, pretending it never happened. 1 year anniversary, and they still don't have that DLC content that is supposed to have received. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's really bad. This game is probably the worst launch I can ever remember in Microsoft history, and probably one of the worst in gaming history. I mean, Sea of Thieves was crap, but this thing made Sea of Thieves look like freaking pearls. I mean, this is ridiculous. For my 1 year anniversary with my wife, at least I got a new game. These guys, they're getting shit. I mean, they're not even getting that; they're getting the absence of shit. So it's bad. It's really bad.
I
I
love Sea of
don't. I
Thieves.
do what?
I said I love Sea of Thieves.
Or not Sea of Thieves. Sorry, I was thinking of a good pirate game when I should have been thinking of Skull and Bones.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, man, we played a lot of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves was great. I want to know how many of the $100 deal collection editions that were sold. That's what I really want to know. And yeah, in my opinion, they should definitely be entitled to a full refund at this time. Granted, they should have known better than to buy something that was plagued with bugs before it was released, because it was all over the place how bad the game was going to run. It was only hitting 30 frames a second. I think they finally, I think you said, they finally got 60 frames a second after 5 months. Oh, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Arcane is a studio I like. I've always liked. I like their games. They may not have everything out of the park, but they always had really solid games. This is like a really, really, really bad thing to happen to their record of good gaming. Now, will I let Redfall deter my appreciation or my wanting of their next game? No, but I will be a hell of a lot more inquiring about that game before I purchase. That's for sure. So it really makes no sense how they've not done any kind of addressing of the DLC. I don't know if these people that paid that $100, if they received any kind of a letter or an email stating, "Hey, just so you know, we apologize. We are running behind. We got a new DLC, patch and whatever coming out in 3 to 5 months." I mean, it's the lack of knowledge is what makes this really difficult. They're not telling anybody anything, so it's bad. It's a bad look on Microsoft. It's a bad look on Arcane, and it's just a it's just a big screw you to the gamer, plain and simple. So, but that's all I got because I didn't pay the $100, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, right now, according to Steam charts, there's 29. As at the time of this recording, there's 29 players on Steam. In the last 24 hours, there's been a total of 80. In the last 6 months, or in 12 months, I'm sorry, there's only been 6,124 players in total for the last year. So, this game doesn't get a lot of players. That's just Steam. That's not Xbox, but this game doesn't get a lot of players playing this game. So, I hate to see, for those people that do play it and still enjoy it or want to see the game, rise up from the ashes. I would hate to see this game just, go away, but I think it would benefit Arcane and Microsoft and Bethesda in the long run just to trash this game and sweep it under the rug and be like, sorry, give refunds to the people that did the Byte edition, or offer refunds, say like, hey, if you want a refund, just send a thing and we'll refund you. And just be like, sorry guys, this game is just, because we're putting time and support into it. We're barely coming out with updates on it. And that's the problem. Like if they were to push out updates pretty, commonly throughout the year, then you could probably see a lot of people have a lot of interest in the game. But the fact that it takes so long for an update to come out, and most of the updates are, I don't know about the last one, but the first two were pretty good, fixing some bugs and stuff and introducing 60 frames per second. But the third patch is only like a sniper rifle and whatever else they were doing. It's like, yeah, now you're just kind of like, this game still has a lot of issues, right? I haven't played it since I think after the first patch. I think it was the last time I played it. So I haven't played it even in 60 frames or anything like that. So I don't know how it is now, but I just think it'd be better and for them just to scrap it and get rid of it altogether. Arcane's always been a hit and miss for me. I like some of their games and I don't like some other ones. So there's always been a hit and miss for me personally. Like I'm not a huge fan of I've played a lot of, what was it? Dishonored 2, or maybe it was the first one.
Dishonored was amazing. Dishonored 2 was good. Solid game.
But I played a lot of one of the two.
Yeah. It had to be the first one, I would think.
It's probably the first one.
Because I think if you played 2, you would be like, yeah, they missed some of the magic from 1. It's a good game, but it's not, it doesn't have what the first one had. And then Prey was amazing. Prey was so psychological. The controls were great. Prey, the way you basically play hide and seek in the game. It's just, It was a well done game. So well done. Is it perfect? No. Arcane's never been perfect, but they've always made really good games, or just a damn good game. But they never really put out turds until this monstrous
Redfall
elephant nugget. No.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Right. I mean, Arcane's never been, for some reason, like I've played just about every Arcane game, like the Dishonored 2, and what was that other one we reviewed? I can't remember. Came out on PlayStation first. It was that time traveling one that you go back in time or whatever.
Oh,
shoot, I can't remember the name of that game. Anywho, whatever that game was called, I can't remember what that. We reviewed that game, and I played the Dishonored games, and I played Prey. The thing about Arcane, for some reason, for me, is I can never get into their games. Like even Prey, I thought Prey, Dishonored, I thought they were all great games as far as like what was there. But for some reason, I would lose interest really quick on all their games. I don't know what it is. Because I can see like, oh yeah, I can see why people like this. Like, yeah, it's really cool. It's, I like what I'm seeing. But when I play it, there's just, I don't know, there's just something that just does not grab me when it comes to Arcane titles.
I think Arcane is kind of like Zack Snyder movies. They're there, man. They are so good for certain people, and they're just for others. I like Zack Snyder movies, all of them, but not everybody does. The DC universe thing he was creating. Granted, it was different than a lot, than the comic books and the cartoons and all that. But I think that's one reason I liked it. It was dark, but I enjoyed them. I think it's the same thing here. I think you have Arcane hits a brethren of gamers who truly love them and enjoy their games. But the further you got in that sphere of gamers, it goes from great to good to maybe on sale. I mean, it's just always the way it seems to be, because there's certain games that I think that you would love, and you're like, it's fine. It's like, wow, I thought you would be into that big time. And it was Time Loop or something Loop, the game you're thinking of. Deathloop, yes.
Yeah.
So that was a much better game than Redfall by far, and it was still So I don't know. I hope it's not a trend, because apparently they're just slowly going downhill on the quality of their games. Now, granted, there was a lot of turmoil when they were creating Redfall. They were being bought up, and apparently this game had went through countless iterations, or not iterations, people's ideals of what it should be. So, and you're right, it's probably one guy named Dale working on it right now. Just, all right, well, I could fix this, but here's a new gun. It's easier. So, I don't know. It's one of those developers that you love them or you hate them.
Yeah, and they're working on the Marvel Blade game.
I look forward to it, but I have reservations.
Right. But yeah, as far as Redfall goes, the last update was November 16th of 2023. That was the last time they put an update out, and there hasn't been one since. So
happy anniversary.
It takes them a long time to put updates out for that game, and it needs it. It needs lots of them. But I don't know. I guess it is what it is. I guess we'll see what happens, what they do with this game. Do you got anything else you want to add to this?
Don't screw up Blade, please.
Yeah, we'll see how Blade goes. I hope they get Wesley Snipes to play Blade.
Don't you tease me. Don't you tease me.
To voice him, to voice Blade. Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Anyway, that's why I hope so. That'd be cool. I like the Blade movies. Even though they're like, it's cheesy fun. I like it. Let us know down in the comments below, though. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. What do you think of Redfall? Are you still playing Redfall? Did you buy the buyback edition? Let us know what you think. Has it got? I haven't played it since I think the first patch. So has it gotten better? Is it more balanced and better all around, or is it still crap? Let us know down in the comments below. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we will see you next time.
See ya.